Hi Pisces and cross watchers, welcome. Thanks for joining me. My name is Sharon with Project Fev Tarot and more, and this is a general reading for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. And doesn't necessarily have to be a love reading, but I really feel like it's coming through as for the month of March. Mercury retrograde is in your sign, and it's going to be a month that has a lot to offer you. And the energies are wanting you to channel a lot of that into self-love, growth, and devotion, okay? Normally, a Pisces is very generous about giving to others and helping and supporting and undergirding with all this energy and positive energy focus to other people. Lots of encouragement, right? I'm sorry, I'm burning sage. I'm just trying to like clear the energy from the divine feminine, divine masculine reading, because that one had some intense energies and you guys came up next. So I burned some sage in between readings to just kind of clear the energy so that we can make sure that your energy comes through all by itself independently and that the message gets channeled just for you guys, okay? So that's what's happening, okay? So March reading, in the pre-shuffle, I got that your intuition is heightened. The High Priestess came out, and it came out with the 10 of Wands, okay? So the burden that you guys have been carrying around and that heavy energy that you've been feeling, like no motivation and just not able to really come out of your shell and connect, a little bit of isolation is breaking, okay? It's releasing, and you're coming out of it, and you're feeling that release. Mercury retrograde is really helping you with that, because Mercury, when it goes in retrograde, comes closer to the earth. You get a boost of mercurial energy, and with it going retrograde close to the earth in Pisces, you guys are going to get a burst of communication, okay? And Pisces is an emotional water sign, so you guys are going to have a burst of emotions. If you came into Mercury retrograde with negative emotions, it's all going to be worked out by the end of Mercury retrograde. If you came into it with positive emotions, it's all going to be expressed by the end of Mercury retrograde. So you guys are in for quite the boost for Mercury retrograde in March. And I'm so excited for you guys moving forward. There's great energy, and there's definitely some great messages coming through. So I'm going to start with the tarot, okay? This is the Gilded Tarot deck. It's beautiful depictions. I love the energy in these cards, and the artistry really helps me tap into specifics when it comes to like what the cards mean intuitively for your guys' reading, okay? Another thing that came out in the pre-shuffle is you're gonna get lots of little bursts of inspiration, okay? You're gonna get little songs or little ditties. You're gonna get little artistic ideas, lots of visions. Oh, I should start this club. Oh, I wanna do this. Oh, we should go here. Oh, we wanna do this. Lots of that type of like energy. Write it down. Get your little voice recorder on your phone out. Start singing these little ditties into the voice recorder, and you know, getting some of this stuff recorded, because it's going to be things that you want to listen to later. It's going to be great stuff that's coming through for you. Very meaningful stuff. You're not going to connect with the meaning of it right now, because with Mercury in retrograde, all of it's just coming up, okay? It's really just kind of turning it and spinning it almost like a rototiller, okay? So it's all coming up, but you're not going to feel it, and you're not really going to experience the gravity or what it means or the sense of purpose in it until after the Mercury retrograde, during the post period, when that 2 to 3 week period of time kind of helps you center and go, whoa, what just happened? Okay. Okay. What are these cards? Are theirs? All of them. Okay, great. I decided that we're going to move away from the Celtic cross spread just for these particular readings, because I feel like it has too much structure to allow some of the readings to just move naturally and flow freely with the cards. So I've been going with the flow a little bit more, which is a little bit harder for me to do. I'm a Scorpio, and I like to have that sense of control. My Mars is in Virgo, which means I love methodical step-by-steps. So just bear with me as I work through my gifting and, you know, learn how to allow the guides to channel through me rather than me controlling what's going on. And I hope this resonates with you. Click like, subscribe, click on that notification button, be a part of what's going on. Building Project Fev from the ground up It's frequency, energy, vibration, everything in the universe comes down to that. And that's why I went with Fev, okay? Fev intuition, Fev tarot, Fev whatever else it ends up being, who knows. We're gonna go anywhere that we want with this. So the general overall feel for what we have going on is the Ace of Cups, okay? So this is an amazing, amazing card for you guys to have when we talk of terms of the theme being self-love. Okay, so you guys are really coming into this new, how should we say, what are we channeling here? What's new about this? You guys are in a new phase. A phase just closed out for you guys, okay? And you feel it. You feel the release from that. Okay, so you were emotionally recovering from a really tough phase, right? Like whatever you guys just came out of, you went through the thick of it. And it seemed like it was never gonna end. Like never gonna end. You were never gonna get out of it. And you thought, oh, physically there's something wrong with me. Psychologically there's something wrong with me. What's going on? Do I go to the doctor? Do I see a psychiatrist? What is wrong with me? You were starting to really contemplate that you weren't enough. Something was really going on with you, okay? You're out of that. You're starting a new cycle of emotional self-love, because what you realized is you give and give and give and give to all these other peoples and energies around you. You help undergirth and support all their ideas, all their visions, all their plans. And then you're like, hey, I have a great idea. And everybody's like, bloop, like roaches when the light comes on. Bye. That's great for you. Hope it goes well. And then you don't get the emotional support that you really desire to have. And you're left feeling disappointed and then questioning whether or not it was even a good idea to begin with. Okay? This is about starting this phase, this cycle for you of self-love and understanding that you have now gained that the projects and ideas that you have are so incredibly visionary. And maybe you haven't connected with this part yet, but this is the message from the universe. The ideas and visions that you've been given are so incredibly divine that the people around you don't even see the potential in them. They don't even understand how great they are, and they're not going to, but that's okay. Step out into those visions, okay? Put action behind them with your full attention and emotion, and you will draw to you the people that will support you and love you because you're loving yourself. When you step out and you release into your gift or into your divine self, and you accept yourself for who you are and you move forward with that, the people that come to you then, they're the people that accept you for who you are. So you've had like this total aha revelation moment, right? Okay, or experience that you've been going through for the past, seems like, how long have they been doing this? 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years this has really been building for you. And how long have they been sitting on feeling so overwhelmed and overburdened by it and just enough is enough? 2 to 3 months. Okay, so a 2 to 3 year cycle boils down to 2 to 3 months. And now you have Mercury backing you up in retrograde. And the universe has some other planetary placements that are working in your favor, okay? You guys can go, you know, here's the thing that I recommend. Get your Vedic sidereal chart, okay? Take your birthday, month, year, and time, if you know the time. Guess as, you know, as close to it as possible if you can't get it from your birth certificate directly. And go to soulmatestars.com. It's an amazing website for Carol Allen, who is a professional astrologer, and she has some amazing insights. I recommend signing up for her newsletter. She sends out newsletters monthly. She has some great insights into what's going on in the universe, and she really breaks it down to each of the sun signs and each of the moon signs, particularly because Vedic sidereal is about nakshatras and the moon signs. That really unlocks the key to what your personality is and why it is that way. And another suggestion that I might make, because Pisces, I know how you guys are, you love these kinds of things too, a lot of you Pisces out there, is if you go to KRS on YouTube, Capiel is amazing astrologer, and I've watched him kind of from the ground up create this entire channel about astrological explanation for things, and he uses Indian Vedic astrology as well. Man, some of the stuff that he has to say and about the placements in the charts, and then he has interviews with gurus who have been practicing astrology for, I mean, years, their whole lives really. They've been brought up in practicing astrology, and they know their stuff. So if you really want to research it and you really want to dive deep, and sometimes Pisces you do, if you really want to swim around and get a feel for all of this newfound energy and astrology kind of resonates with you, then I would recommend going to soulmatestars.com, clicking on Vedic Chart Creator or Chart Creator, entering your data for your birthday, finding out what your moon nakshatra is and what your placements are for your planets, okay, in your chart, and moving forward from there, and then KRS on YouTube. Man. Okay. Sharing of resources, that's always a good thing, right? Okay, so the next card is self-love, 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 right? Oh, okay. Queen of Swords came up in the next position. And she's just cool, calm, collected, and she's just swinging and wielding that sword around, cutting people out of her life that no longer serve her. She's all about her purpose as a queen. She's all about her regality. Look at her. She's in the classic purple and blue royalty colors, you know, and she's got the light at the top here of her pillar. And I love that the scene behind her is overcast. She's not giving that light to anybody else, but she's a beacon of light to everybody else when she tells the truth. She cuts through all of that, okay? So this is kind of like an intellectual and the next chapter of your life of loving yourself. This is about being that lighthouse, okay? But the only way that you're going to really be that lighthouse, the best lighthouse that you can be, and the way that you can help others the best and the most, is to cut people out of your life that are draining you of your energy, to devote to your true higher purpose and sense of self. Okay, and I think in conjunction with these two, because you see how this is like the all-seeing eye, okay, and it almost has like an Illuminati type of symbolism to it, and then you have the phases of the moon. Okay, so you've gone through some phases. You've gone through it, like I said, the thick of it, okay? And what you've come out with is you've got a whole new mindset that you're devoting to this concept, right? You're just like, I'm done with all the BS. Thank you very much. Okay. Now the message in the cards is Queen of Wands in reverse. What's channeling through for the Queen of Wands in reverse? It goes along with the Five of Wands in reverse. Okay, or the Queen of Cups. Sorry, Queen of Cups in reverse. Five of Wands in reverse. Thank you for correcting me, guides. Yeah, thank you. I'm getting a big message right now, and I'm just really trying to listen to it and connect with the information. Okay, so you're not done emotionally. I mean, as a Pisces, you really can't be. You can't disconnect yourself totally emotionally. Like the Queen of Swords is, you know, like an air sign. They're almost detached, and they can decide whether or not they want to be invested or involved in their emotional self. That's not really what's happening with you. The universe is kind of guiding you in a way where you can really work through your emotional self without all of this internal conflict. That's what I feel like these cards are depicting, is usually you're conflicted. Do I do it? I really want to. Oh, but I should devote myself to this, or this person really wants it, or my husband's not going to be happy if I get together with my friends, but I really want the fellowship. And I would love to do this, but I don't know if I should expend the energy. So there's this internal conflict that's been going on for, you know, and it's been kind of reaching this climatic point for like 2 or 3 years now, like the guide said earlier with the other cards. And now you're kind of like, I'm over it, dude. I'm so incredibly over it. I'm just so over the inner conflict. I'm over the inner judgment. I'm over the inner dialogue that I have with myself, where I'm fighting with myself to do the things that I know I need to do in order to be the Queen of Cups. Okay? Queen of Cups loves herself. Look at the Queen of Cups. She's decked out in ornate gold. Her pillar is in alignment with herself. Okay? Her pillar matches her perfectly. It's just decked out. And she's got this cup to offer, okay? She's got the water. She's water bearing. Whoever needs what they need, let them come to me and I will provide it, okay? But she is standing there knowing that they need to come to her, okay? She doesn't go out to all of them. She really embodies what that is, to be a strong, you know, feminine energy and emotionally balanced, right? And I still like that behind her, it's not a completely sunny sky, is it? No, there's still a bit of cloud in there, but there's a light. And her light is the divine light that comes from her intuition, okay? Not like the Queen of Swords light that comes from intellectual knowledge, right? That's like the light bulb that goes on when you have these ideas. But her light comes from the divine, more connected with God and the universe and all things spiritual, right? Very different depiction. See, this is why I love these cards. It really helps to clarify all of that. So the final card that pulled for you guys is the King of Pentacles in reverse, okay? I feel like, what are we channeling for this card? King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so for the past 2 or 3 years, you've been more forward focused on other people's ideas, supporting their ideas and not your own. And it's left you a little financially, what's the word? Tell me the word. Bankrupt, okay? You've been giving and giving and giving and giving, not just of money, but of your time, to such an extent that you haven't invested that time in yourself and in your own life. So you haven't built your empire. Okay, that's releasing. That, you know, look at all these court cards. You've got Queen of Cups, you've got Queen of Swords, you've got the King of Pentacles. There's like abundance for you. There really is. And you're given the vision and the ideas and the gifts to step out into and the artistic details. I mean, gosh, I know that in our culture and society, there's not a great appreciation for the arts, okay? That's shifting, and I believe Pisces they have a lot to do with that shift, where people are starting to focus on the arts, okay? And not just movies and celebrity of movies, right? It's not just about that. They're starting to focus on the really artistic pieces, and they're starting to, you know, understand why these movies were nominated for Oscars or Academy Awards, and, you know, things that people didn't connect with before artistically. It's starting to shift, okay? Back to that of like the 60s, 70s, and 80s when we were talking about movies and music. It was about the gratitude in art and just depicting life artistically, okay? And this is gonna change, okay? This is gonna start shifting around for you because you're starting to change your focus to yourself, to your self-love, and you're going inside of yourself, and that's okay, okay? So the other thing that came through in the pre-shuffle was learning how to balance isolation and your need for you time and you days with your need to also step out and get out there and make yourself known, okay? So there's gonna be much more of that coming up for you guys too. Let's see, there's another deck coming forward, so let's move on to Moonology, because you guys have Mercury retrograde working for you. You have full moon in Scorpio during the retrograde. Oh, a card already looks out at me. Okay. So it was already staring at me from the deck, and here's the thing is it didn't even flip. Okay. Is this everything? Yeah. So 2 cards came out, okay? First card that popped out, which didn't even pop out, it was already flipped over in the deck, and I'm not even sure why, but it's time to take action. Pisces has a reputation for being visionary and talking really great talk, but finding the most challenging aspect of those ideas is tethering them to the realistic ground and putting them into action. Okay, when you're a big concept thinker and you have these great visions and great ideas, sometimes it's necessary to find people that connect with you and allow them to influence the step-by-step progress towards that goal. So it's time to start manifesting your gurus, okay? And when you love yourself and you step out into who you really are, those gurus will naturally start coming to you. You'll manifest them, okay? But first you're gonna go through a period of your commitment being tested. Your self-commitment. Anytime you make a commitment to yourself, think of it just like a relationship or going on a diet. When you transition your eating habits or your lifestyle habits, the first thing that comes forward is being tested. How bad do you want this? Because it's going to be challenging to make those changes, and it's not going to come naturally to you all the time because you're in a default mode of pattern of behavior. This has been going on for 2 to 3 years. So 2 to 3 months and your decision to be done with this doesn't mean that the action and behavior is going to be easy because the psychological fortitude is there. Okay, you may decide that this is what you want, but you're going to be tested on that moving forward. So just know that those tests are going to come. Okay, and instead of becoming over dramatic in the negative sense, get more determined. Look at this. Oh, this is Aries. Oh, Aries. There you go. You need to channel that Aries energy. You like the ram. You just put your head down and you just go. Put your head down and go. Put your head down and go. Okay? And this is not necessarily natural for a Pisces always, but the universe is trying to teach you something, to draw something out of you. Okay? There's definitely something coming up the pike. So this looks more like it's, oh, we said self-love. Self-love is the relationship reading. That's what's coming through for that. Okay, so those are your 2 cards there. No more Moonology cards. Which deck is next? Okay, so this deck that we're gonna pull from next is the Soul's Journey, and they're called Lesson Cards by James Van Praagh. Well, hello. That didn't take long. What are these? Oh, Pisces. Okay, what's next? Any more in here? Okay. So the cards that popped out for you are humor and empathy in reverse. Okay, so let's start with humor. I'm getting that this came out opposite. Okay. Humor was in the reverse. Thank you for correcting me. And then empathy is in the upright. Okay. So I feel like there's been a pretty humorous approach to a lot of things in your life, and you've kind of shrugged a lot of that off, particularly when it comes to yourself. You kind of just laugh at yourself, or self-deprecating humor. It's time to get serious. The way that you get serious about other people, it's time to get serious about yourself. Not that you can't laugh and still enjoy things. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. I feel like you're being drawn into being a little bit harder with life, going a little bit harder, going hard with life, okay? Not so light. And then empathy in reverse. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. Well, very much infinitely. Pisces can definitely go either way. And I think what's happening here with the empathy in reverse is this isn't meant for anybody else anymore. You need to reel that in to yourself and provide yourself the empathy that you need to ascend to the next level here. It's time to level up. It's time to level up. And anytime you get to the boss level, you're tested, right? It's like the hardest part of the whole thing in order to get to the next leg of the journey. So you're closing out a phase, just finished a phase. You're left a little bit destitute as far as your finances are concerned. Maybe you feel emotionally drained. That's starting to lift. And it's no laughing matter. It's like no laughing matter. It's time to take that seriously because it's having a negative effect and impact on your life as a whole. Okay, so it's time to, you know, keep that empathy for yourself. Yep. No more giving that away to other people. This is an amazing treasure, empathy. The ability to feel for others and see, you know, things from their perspective. It's time to see things from your own perspective in a very realistic way. Okay. Ganesh, remover of obstacles, right? Powerful depiction on these cards. This is the Wild Offering Oracle deck by Tasha Silver. And the reason why I choose this deck is because it gives us prayers, meditations, and affirmations that pertain to what we're trying to work through. So when you don't have the words or when you don't know what to focus on, it really helps to point and refine your focus, okay? So the divine is going to guide you right into manifesting. Which of these? Okay. Is that all for them? Nope, there's one more coming through. Okay, just wasn't part of that group. I'm sorry, my table is a little bit wobbly. Okay, sorry. Okay, here we go. So you've got 4 cards that came out of the deck for your reading, okay? The first one that came out was Courage. Where's that at? Here it is, Courage. It's gonna take a lot of this. Is it gonna focus? Here we go. A lot of divine courage. So here's the message on the card and I'll read it. Divine courage is not the absence of fear, but a nudge that says keep going. Okay, so when we talk about your commitment is being tested, you're gonna need courage to make it through, okay? You're gonna need to put your head down and you know, go. Put your head down and go, right? That's what that card was saying earlier. Put your head down and go. Do it. Don't worry. All will be well, okay? So here's the prayer meditation of focus. Dear Divine, may I feel your courage and your will. It takes courage to step out in the will of the divine. It does. Okay. Confidence. And that also comes down to Aries energy. Aries have an amazing amount of confidence in themselves. Okay, this is a person who could be like, have $3 in the bank, have no job, have stains all over their shirt. They haven't brushed their teeth in 16 years. By no means of anything in this world do they look handsome or attractive or beautiful, but they're coming at you with this energy and this unexplainable confidence. Like you would look at the surface of what they look like and you would think, how could this person even remotely believe that they're capable of that or that they're worthy of that? Like they're going after a woman or a man that's way out of their league, right? And they just blow through that whole thing like, I'm the one you'd be lucky to have. Has nothing to do with what you look like. Has to do with what I bring to the table, right? That's confidence. Maybe cockiness, but confidence. And there's just something so incredibly alluring about that, right? When somebody is just like, that's right, I know what I am, I know who I am, I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm going. Doesn't matter what I look like. This is it. I'm it. Wow. Wow. I know that there have been times where I've looked at a person, I've been like, what is even going on over there? But I love it. It makes me laugh. It makes me smile. It makes me feel good. It makes me want to be closer to that person. So yeah, confidence. Confidence. Come on. There it goes. Okay, so when we're talking about confidence in the divine, oh, thank you. We're not talking about egocentric confidence, right? Divine confidence is completely different from the bravado of the ego. I think I just said that kind of. You make space for something larger to take hold. Okay, so here's the prayer, mantra, or meditation, depending on what your spiritual background is. But it says, please fill me with your confidence, oh love. Grant me courage I never knew I had. Well, isn't that just the prayer of moving forward in a time to take action when you're being pressed to take action into your own self-love, stepping out into who you really are, and then being tested in it? Man. So what are you going to need through all of that process? Spaciousness and sanctuary. Okay, so these cards came out together, and I'll give you a second to kind of read what's on the card. These cards look so pretty together. I just love the watercolor artistry on these cards too. Okay, so sanctuary, a sanctuary resides inside you no matter what is happening. Okay, and that comes down to like the confidence too. You know, that's what that Aries energy is. No matter what I look like, no matter what's going on, I'm still me, and I'm still gonna, you know, put that out into the universe as me. This inner temple beckons you to enter. So that goes back to the part in the reading where we had said, you know, there's going to be a need to develop a balance of, you know, you days where you're inside yourself and you're doing your own internal work, and then coming out feeling like you've been comforted. This inner temple beckons you to enter. Take a deep breath, enter, and sit down on the throne of your own heart. How funny that it says throne, because everything that's here depicting your situation are court cards, queen cards, king cards. I like that. I like it when the cards just tell you the message and they're pretty straightforward about bringing it all back around, right? So that's sanctuary. Here's spaciousness, which is the blue one with the butterfly. What do I no longer need? Help me, God, to release whatever people, places, or things drain my vital essence. Wow. This just sums it all up for you guys. It's exactly what we've been talking about this whole reading, right? You're just, I mean, that takes us all the way back to the original tarot cards where we were talking about like the Queen of Swords, how she's just cutting all that flack right out of her life. Like, I'm the beacon of light. I have the knowledge and information for this. All y'all naysayers just need to be blah, 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 right? Love it. Show me what will fill me with enthusiasm and joy. You need some enthusiasm? You need enthusiasm? He's going to give you some enthusiasm, right? I love it. Oh, you guys, this is so great for you. Take a deep breath, enter, and sit down on the throne of your own heart, baby. Yeah, I really like that a lot. Geez, the universe just brought it right back around for you guys. Amazing. Hope that resonated with some of you guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Tune in for more from me and Fev Tarot and more. And we'll see what's happening in the stars the next time we come around, right? Click like, subscribe, notification box, please. And I will see you guys later. Bye.